Welcome to the show, everybody. What is this? What in the world is that bald headed heifer over there doing? What the hell? See, this is the stuff I be talking about, y'all. She knew we was
Oh wait, I'm
live. This is
sorry.
what I be talking about.
Wait a minute, y'all ain't heard shit I said. I was trying to roll up a damn blunt. I'm sorry. Hey.
Lord have mercy. You know what?
What the hell? Oh, I'm sorry. I got shit to drink tonight. I ain't making some liquor
That's
stuff.
that's what you make me
Really?
do. Okay.
You be alright.
I'm just gonna put that out there. That's what you make me do.
Oh, you'll be alright.
Lord, I'm having some sound issues, darling. But we're gonna rough this out and get through this. I'm not at my computer because I just didn't feel like it. Um, so yeah, we're just gonna rough this out. So to start things off, don't she got some homework to be doing?
Ah, please. I don't know. She needs to. Don't you got some homework you need to be doing? That's exactly what he said. What is you doing? Fucking with my shit? Don't have kids. Don't have kids because this is what happens. Okay, I'm sorry.
um,
Okay.
so I don't know what happened to my other files, y'all. So to kick things off, R&B singer Brandy. Why is my technology not working? R&B singer Brandy. I don't know what old man Sid is talking about. He's talking about letting them in. He's not even at the bottom of the screen for me to add him in. But R&B singer Brandy, that's up on your screen now, was hospitalized. She was hospitalized, I believe the day before yesterday. It was reported that she was rushed to the hospital for a possible seizure. She put out a statement
Well,
saying to my beloved family, my beloved friends, and stars, thank you for sending love and light my way. I am following doctor's orders and getting rest I need due to dehydration and low amounts of nutrition.
hmm
Uh, thank you for your prayer support. See you soon. I don't know what Brandy is doing. I don't know if she's trying to like lose weight. I don't know why SMA phone is always making a stream echo, but we gonna rough this show out tonight, y'all. We just gonna rough it out.
About fucking time you let me in, you
Okay, first of all, you
fucking
didn't even
nice
show up
guy.
at the bottom of my screen for me to let you in the first place.
I was here. Don't give me no shit. Stop selling them on here too, like there's some kind of hoochies. All the pictures that you show, like we're selling them or something.
First of all, like I said, you ain't pop up at the bottom of the
I
screen for me
I
to
know
let
what
you
I
in.
did. Damn it. But anyway, hello.
Hello everybody, hello. So yeah, that was the update on R&B singer Brandy. So moving on,
Hey,
Devontae
but
Adams.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can I send a prayer out to my boy, Genuine? He
I
passed out a couple
literally,
of times.
I literally just saw that right before the broadcast had started that he was
He,
hospitalized or somewhere. He fainted after he was trying to pull off a Chris what's his name? A Chris Angel stunt.
wait
well,
a
I'm
minute.
just
Who?
saying,
Who? Genuine?
Yes.
What
how
the
you
hell? Oh,
been?
you
Oh, oh.
whatever.
What is what is you
I just tried to hit one of his newest moves.
Hmm.
How whichever fucking way you do it, but y'all know what I mean. Get
Yeah.
one of these numbers. Anyway,
you can't take
Heather,
this you can't take this old man nowhere, first of all. I just want that to be said.
well, I'm eating healthy tonight. I'm eating some yogurt. Anyway,
Hold on, y'all. I gotta fix something in my settings right quick. This is what I mean by this broadcast. All right, so Devontae Adams was arrested. If you don't know Devontae Adams, that's a picture of Devontae Adams should be popping up on your screen. Devontae Adams was charged with assault for he shoving a cameraman after the Raiders had lost the game. There is video of him shoving this cameraman. The cameraman looked like he was just walking by, minding his own business. He just happened to walk in front of Devontae Adams, and Devontae Adams had shoved him. So the police department uh called this an intentional act. He said that by him pushing Devontae Adams pushing the cameraman like that, it caused whiplash and headache and a possible minor concussion. The charges were filed in Kansas City.
Get the fuck out of Dodge City.
Oh, what was the reason for him pushing the camera? Was he out of anger?
I seen the play back up. It ain't like he pushed him that hard or fucking whatever. He should have stepped in front of the man. I mean, I'm not gonna say what he did was justified, but damn, I mean, I feel like this. They should order all cameramen and anybody that's doing shit like that or whatever, have you taking film, taking pictures. When players leave the field, they could have been and lost the game or whatever. They should get the fuck out the way because you never know how they're feeling. You step in front of me, I'm gonna push your ass down.
Yeah, and he was charged with assault.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Concussion.
well, they said possibly a minor concussion.
Well, he might as well get out of jail and take whooping his ass. Because I mean, yeah, I'm just saying. If he pushed him, he had all this done to him. He might as well get out of jail and whoop his ass for real. I'm sorry, but they should stay out of news people. All that shit should stay out of football fans. Football players' faces when they coming off the field, especially if they done lost.
Yeah, because them people do be some sore losers.
Yeah. Like, go Pack, fuck Pack. I don't give a shit. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm just betting. Fuck Pack.
They'll make you us run you out of Wisconsin.
Run me up out of here. I'll just go over to Iowa and come back right here. I don't get no fuck.
No, run me out.
So
I'll be glad to
keep things
run
going,
me out of here.
the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh has passed away. I believe at the age of 50. I want to say late 50s. So he died by trying to save a young woman and a 11-year-old girl. They were drowning. He tried to go out and save them and ended up drowning himself. His body was found a mile away from where the actual incident had occurred.
Oh no.
What the hell? What did he do now? I mean, what was he a part
of? It's an animated series called Yu-Gi-Oh.
What the hell is that?
This is why you would know because you're old. It's an animated series.
Damn. Now I got nephew. That's all right. You cut out of my wheel any damn way. You're Dr. That. And anybody that's paying attention to the show, I got some. I'm gonna start this off right away. We got Christmas lights that's going up and coming down real quickly in a bottle of wine. For the first 10 pair of lights that you come and snatch, it's called Snatch and Grab. And you get free Christmas lights. Details at the end of the show. Fuck with me. Oh, I'm sorry.
Crystal, I know it's you. I'm so done with you. I swear to God, I am. This is why you want in the home. It's time to move on to the next portion of the show, everybody. Darrell Brooks was in court again. I don't know why. I don't know who phone is causing this, but I don't really hear myself echo. Oh man, Theater, turn the volume down on your phone. I don't know what it is.
Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, so this is what I be talking about. We can never have a broadcast that just go correct. It's always gotta be an old person with issues. But the real books have had another appearance in court today. He filed some subpoenas, a total of 13, to call some witnesses to his defense. At least 9 witnesses were on the state's witness list, and then some of those people that he has called as witnesses are victims of the parade. When he ran over the people at the parade. So, is this something that should be continued to be entertained at this point? Is what I want to know, or should they just go ahead and say, "Sir, you're guilty," and throw the book at him?
Sir, you're guilty. Throw the book at him because there was no reason for him to come plow through them people like the way he did. What the fuck is they prolonging this shit for? Lock his ass up.
So
Lock him up.
what the fuck happened? That's got to be your damn phone.
What you mean, my phone?
Is that Crystal saying?
Who's
Is that
Yeah,
Crystal?
yeah.
who
She's
that talking?
commenting from the Facebook page,
Crystal, you
the
better.
podcast Facebook page.
Hey there, hello.
What?
Oh,
You said hey there, hello.
Oh,
That's what you said. Hey there,
so
hello.
we have an upcoming election coming up. She only does it when
November 8th.
Thea says in the stream. Lord have mercy.
that's your damn phone.
It's all right. I guess we gonna wing it. So I'm just gonna take my thing out. So
No, we didn't.
we need to talk about why voting is so important because once again we have another fool that's running for governor here in Wisconsin who is against abortions. Uh, he believed, and even if a woman was to get raped, that she should carry the baby to full term. He has no type of
You said
political
that.
background whatsoever. It has been stated, and some people have said that some businessmen do make good politicians, but they only benefit rich people. So the reason why one of the other big things I wanted to say why this election is so important coming up was the simple fact that they did have a bill down in Georgia to make slavery, which is they're trying to revoke the Emancipation of Proclamation, which freed all the slaves from slavery. They're voting to reinstate slavery. It's all actually on the
Oh,
election
really?
ballot in the South.
Oh, really? I guess I
So
won't be
this
taking my
is
black ass down there then.
Yes, this is why this election is so important. We need to make sure that people go out and vote for their state and local governments, unless a lot of y'all black ass is gonna be back out there picking cotton.
Listen. Mm-mm.
You ain't got
Eyes
no
are
choice.
running. Eyes are running. Eyes are running. I'm gonna be on the fucking shrimp boat. Motherfuckers gonna have to come for me. They gonna have to come for me, and they better come heavy.
Mm,
Shit,
mm, mm.
I ain't finna play no damn game. I pick some cotton for Messi.
You gonna go out there? They'll hit you with that whip and be like, "Oh, shh, get out there."
I'm gonna open up a can of whoop ass right out there.
Speaking of idiots, the January 6th riot panel is was back in full force today to share some surprising details about Donald Trump's state of mind during the 2020 election, where he launched an attempt to stop Congress from certifying Joe Biden wins. Also, it was said that some of his people some of his known people that was part of the inner circle was the ones who was in charge of the January 6th riot, like those what they call extremist groups that attacked the Capitol building. And it also came out today that they after because I found this out earlier in the day. As of a few hours ago, they have subpoenaed documents from Donald Trump relating to January 6th, the January 6th riot, and they also have subpoenaed Donald Trump to come to court and to testify in court on these matters. So, do we think that now that people who support Donald Trump be like, yeah, Donald Trump was a fuck up. That was a big mistake. That's a mistake that we shouldn't have went with.
No, because they're fucking idiots too. They gonna still stick with this piece of shit.
I think some of them I think some of them before all this even happened started to see what type of fuckboy he is, and has already been saying like, well, maybe I shouldn't have voted for him, or maybe I shouldn't have, whatever. And then it's like
Hmm.
Theo said, you still got those ones that still behind him, like, yeah, make America great again, all sort of shit. But then you have those ones that's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have voted for his ass. So
Right. So I actually have video. It's about 6 minutes, but I do have actual video of what was going on with with Nancy Pelosi and them on the day of the riot, and they was trying to figure out everything that was going on. So I'm actually going to play that video for you all. So here we go.
We have got to finish the proceedings, or else it will have a complete victory.
Senator Schumer is at a secure location, and they're locked down in the Senate.
There has to be some way we can maintain the sense that people have that there's some security or some confidence that government can function and that we can elect the President of the United States. Did we go back into session?
We did go back into session, but now apparently everybody on the floor is putting on tear gas masks to prepare for a breach. Well, I'm trying to get more information.
They're putting on their
Tear gas masks.
I can't.
We need an area for the House members. They're all walking over now through the tunnels.
I'm going to call up the effing Secretary of DOD. We have some senators who are still in their hideaways. They need massive personnel now. Can you get the Maryland National Guard to come too?
I have something to say, Mr. Secretary. I'm going to call the mayor of Washington, D.C. right now and see what other outreach she has to other police departments, as Senator Leader Hoyer has mentioned. Hi, Governor. This is Nancy. Governor, I don't know if you have been approached about the Virginia National Guard. Mr. Hoyer was speaking to Governor Hogan, but I still think you probably need the okay of the federal government in order to come into another jurisdiction. Thank you.
Secretary of the Army.
Oh my gosh, they're just breaking windows. They're doing all kinds of. It's really that they said somebody was shot. It's just horrendous, and all at the instigation of the President of the United States. Okay, thank you, Governor. I appreciate what you're doing, and if you don't mind, I'd like to stay in touch. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Virginia Guard has been called in.
I'm just talking to Governor Northam, and what he said is they sent 200 state police and a unit of the National Guard. They're breaking windows and going in, obviously ransacking our offices and all the rest of that. That's nothing. The concern we have about personal harm, personal safety, is it just transcends everything. But the fact is, on any given day, they're breaking the law in many different ways. And quite frankly, much of it at the instigation of the President of the United States. And now, if he could at least somebody.
Yeah, why don't you get the President to tell them to leave the Capitol, Mr. Attorney General, in your law enforcement responsibility. A public statement, they should all leave. This cannot be just we're waiting for so-and-so. We need them there now, whoever you got.
You also have troops. This is Steny Hoyer. Troops.
Okay, so we have a little bit of time to make that decision.
Andrews Air Force Base.
All right.
Other military bases.
Thank you.
We need active duty National Guard.
How soon in the future can you have the place evacuated, cleaned out?
I don't want to speak for the leadership that's going to be responsible for executing the operation, so I'm not going to say that because they're on the ground and they're the experts.
Well, just pretend for a moment it was the Pentagon or the White House or some other entity that was under siege. And let me say, you can logistically get people there as you make the plan. We're trying to figure out how we can get this job done today. We talked to Mitch about it earlier. He's not in the room right now, but he was with us earlier and said, you know, we want to expedite this, and hopefully they could confine it to just one complaint, Arizona, and then we could vote, and that would be, you know, then just move forward with the rest of the state. The overriding wish is to do it at the Capitol. What we are being told very directly is it's going to take days for the Capitol to be okay again. We've gotten a very bad report about the condition of the House floor with defecation and all that kind of thing as well. I don't think that that's hard to clean up, but I do think it is more from a security standpoint of making sure that everybody is out of the building, and how long will that take? I just got off with the Vice President.
And I got off with the Vice President-elect. Several times.
Okay. But what we left the conversation with, because he said he had the impression from Mitch that Mitch wants to get everybody back to do it there.
Yes.
I said, well, we're getting a counterpoint that is, we could take time to clean up the poo-poo that they're making all over literally and figuratively in the Capitol, and that it may take days to get back.
And I'm at the Capitol building. I'm literally standing with the chief of police of the U.S. Capitol Police. He just informed me what you will hear through official channels. Paul Irving, your sergeant at arms, will inform you that their best information is that they believe that the House and the Senate will be able to reconvene in roughly an hour.
Good news.
Your sergeant at arms will be in touch about the process for getting members back in the building.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President. Good news.
Wow. First of all. Second of all, Donald Trump didn't do shit to prevent this riot from happening. Why didn't anybody besides the vice president who was in that situation, this only person who had talked to Donald Trump at that time? And then I also agree with Nancy Pelosi that if it was the White House or anywhere else that involved, you know, basically where the president is at, or any other higher entity of people, as far as government, that building would have been cleaned out in a snap of a finger, whether it led to them people being shot and killed or whatever. Like, if those people would ransack that the White House, the way how they did that Capitol building, them people would have been dead.
I agree. It's just a bunch of bullshit, man. That went on that shouldn't have never happened.
Right. Right now, that's right. Yeah, and for it to go on for that long, like you can do that and switch the. Oh my God! I just learned something from theater, y'all. Some old people guess they do know something.
You see your shit is not echoing now, so it wasn't my phone.
Yeah, it was that bald headed heifer phone.
Okay, so apologize.
I apologize to Old Man Theater for calling his phone cheap.
Thank you, nephew, because we got the same damn phone.
But at this point, Donald Trump needs to be held fully responsible for what happened that day, and ain't nothing else to it. He needs to be held responsible, and I believe he needs to serve some jail time.
And who did she have to call? The governor? or
So
something.
she had to call the governor of Virginia, then the governor of Maryland. She had to call all these different governors to bring in the National Guard to clear out the building because Trump didn't do
Why?
his job. But
When
she
the
shouldn't
shit
have
was
to.
no, but why? Why? When the shit was going on up in Kenosha, they didn't have to call no motherfucking body because it was black people. So let's go out there and start shooting at
Yeah, I
and
mean,
fuck
yeah,
them up.
well, Tony Evers did call in the National Guard with the Kenosha thing.
Okay.
But yeah, he called it the National Guard, and I mean, I know when they had the riots in like California and when what's his name got killed in Minnesota. There you go. uh, oh,
Son of a bitch.
George
Okay.
Floyd.
Yeah.
When he got killed in Minnesota, they had called in the National Guard, and you see how they had pretty much a good response with those. But when it came to let the American people know who the next president of the United States is, their response time was about what 3-4 hours.
Yeah, but look at what they sent. They sent
They sent
a couple
200 police
people.
officers. Like, no, you need more than 200 police officers. Like she said, we need the National Guard.
But then they sent in another troop of National Guards or whoever to battle this. All them fucking people there. Come on, get the fuck out of Dodge.
Right.
You
I
know,
just can't.
when something else jump off, y'all sending 3 or 4 different state troops.
Yeah,
National
she was.
Guard,
Yeah, she was
Marines.
telling. Yeah, she was calling them like, "Hey, can we get the National Guard from Maryland here also, along with the National Guard for Virginia, to come assist with this situation that's going on, so we can elect our next president of the United States." But instead, Donald Trump was hoping that them people would have tore up that building, possibly probably kill some of the people off. That's part of the government, so that way he can remain as president.
Right, right.
So yeah,
Hold on.
that man that has issues and needs to be held responsible for his actions.
Yeah, he needs a Chucky. He needs. That's what Trump is. He's a fucking useless piece of shit of a Chucky's down without a knife.
What?
Where do you get this?
Because they voted a cartoon character or whatever fucking piece of shit into office in the first damn place. Have no clue, no idea on what the fuck really was going on, but he just wanted to destroy the world. Turn everybody back in time to where they control us.
Well,
like I
hello
said,
everybody.
to bring back slavery. Hey Tina, how you doing, y'all? Tina finally joined the show, y'all.
Yeah, Tina. I ain't got no drugs. I got a couple of yoga cups. You think you can help a brother out at the end of the show? I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
God.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness. So, to move the show along, and inflation has gone up again. In September, consumer pricing went up 8.2% compared to last year, and 0.4% from August. So, because it's going to lead us to my next thing also with the increase that they're doing in Social Security. So now, with them constantly increasing, so now they got to increase the cost of living for so many people now, which means now the money that people were getting as a cost of living adjustment, they're now going to be paying more in taxes and all these other kind of things to adjust for the cost of living adjustment that the people who are retired and stuff for they can be able to get benefits. So this affects us in a big way, the people who are still working. So it's going to be to the point where even though we don't make minimum wage for some of us, and at the same point, the way how the cost of living and everything is still going, it's like we're still working for minimum wage.
Yeah. Had to pick up another job where we already putting you in prostitution, but that might not even be enough to get us through. I still have to do live. We have to find out what Tina gonna do extra, but we'll come together as a family. But no, seriously, it's crazy as hell, man. It is
Yeah,
fucking crazy as hell.
and
I have to
I feel
laugh
like,
sometimes to keep from crying, man.
our current president is focusing too much on them lower class people who, once again, the ones who are not paying taxes, the ones who are not getting up going to work, the ones that are not really contributing to society whatsoever. Not saying all of them are, but there are a lot of people who don't contribute nothing to society whatsoever and reaping all the benefits right now. And like I said, they don't get food stamps, they don't have energy assistance, or they don't have rent assistance, all these things to help them get along the way. That group of people is going to suffer until they figure out a way to fix this inflation problem, how to get prices back down, or to pay minimum a livable wage. But then, if companies are having to pay more people for them to maintain livable wage, that means the cost of products are going to go up.
And that means
So
that they're
there's
gonna start firing people too.
yeah, and then like you said, they're going to start firing people. So given a cost of living adjustment, I don't feel like it's going to really help the problem. It's only going to contribute to the problem, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, like you said, higher taxes. The more you make, the more they take. I mean, I look at my check on. Well, I mean, yes, I do make a overtime, but I look at my check after I do overtime at the certain place, but I don't do it here. But it's like, damn, who the fuck am I paying or whatever have you? I mean, I'm paying somebody mortgage pretty much per check,
Hmm.
and it's like, damn, man, Uncle Sam, I don't even know you, motherfucker. I don't owe you shit.
Uncle Sam been pimping us since America won a freedom.
Yeah, shit. Shit, put me on the wig and skirt and put me to work then. I'm
I'm
just
down
saying,
this one.
I may sound crazy, but I mean, that's like might as well say that's what they're doing.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shit.
Sticking on the topic of inflation, Social Security benefits are going to be jump up by 8.7% in 2023 due to inflation.
You said what again?
Social Security benefits are going to go up 8.7% in 2023 due to inflation.
Okay, that's gonna be another problem. Putting us in the hole. But I mean, they have to live. The people that didn't work all their lives or whatever have you that's getting this. I mean, pretty soon if I make it to 65, shit, I may not be getting under about $250 or something like that. At the rate that
Hmm.
shit is going, if I can still live, if I'm still
Right.
living.
And they wonder why there's so many people who are in their 70s, almost 80s, still working because the cost of living is so high. You can't afford to live off of Social Security. Like for most people, depending on if they just worked the regular life, didn't go to the military, didn't do anything like that, they just worked a regular job or whatever. A lot of those people are only getting about between $1,200 to $1,400 a month. So if rent is $1,000 a month, or the cheapest you might better find in the city of Milwaukee, even for a duplex, is about between $750 $800 a month, and you only getting $1,400 a month. You don't have no after you pay off your bills or whatever. You don't have money to buy food or to enjoy life and do whatever. You're stuck struggling still after retirement.
Shit, that's damn near my grocery bill per month.
Yeah.
That's
So,
what I eat. And
so I,
gas.
I agree. Like, I don't see. So, a lot of people be like, I want to retire early. I don't see myself retiring early. I see myself working at least to like 75.
Mm.
Honestly, in all honesty.
Yeah.
So but I decide like I want to do not manual labor anymore. Like I'm not gonna go in to see clients and patients and stuff like that. I probably cap that off at about 65, 70, and then just like teach online teaching.
Yeah, there's a professor. He just turned 100 years old and he's still teaching.
Yeah.
He's a
So
medical. He
I'll do
teach
that
doctors.
from sitting at home. I'll still be able to make some money because my Social
Oh
Security.
no, he goes in person and teach.
Oh, no, I'm gonna be at the crib. I'm gonna be at the crib, y'all. No, 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 because just my lifestyle, like it's not my Social Security check. If I have one when I get that old, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be able to cover it.
Yeah, so yeah, for like me and Tina, there might not
Well,
even
I
be a
tell you
Social
what, Tina,
Security.
I'm gonna let you have my damn money because I'm gonna get naked running loose in the woods down in Mississippi. I'm gonna be like Tarzan. I'm gonna be killing shit and cooking it that day. Fuck it, you can have my checkbook. God don't lie, my husband can't have shit.
Yeah, because I know, especially by the time I get retirement age, it ain't gonna be no Social Security. So we gonna have to work until we dead. We drop dead. My generation, the way how things is going.
Man, hell, it's just crazy.
Can you move that air pump? That's what you meant.
That's why I tell people, and they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm more scared of living than I am of dying because the way that this world is going, it's going straight to hell. And I mean, it ain't a whole lot that we could do about it. Everybody, and I get it. They talk about vote, 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 vote. You vote half these damn clowns in here, there, and prime example, okay. Oh shit! What
Are
the
you talking
fuck?
about Mandela Barnes,
No,
Ron
no, I'm
Johnson,
talking about Vice President.
Trump, Biden,
No, before Trump.
Obama?
Obama. Both Obama in. Okay, we got a black president. Wait a minute, I'll take that back. A mixed president. They're not gonna let him do no more. It's still a vote situation. You get a person up in there that you think that's for you. Half the time they're not gonna pass the shit that they may try to vote in. That's same thing with these mayors and
See, but that's
other
the thing that people
politicians.
fail to realize, though. The president, he can pass some laws, but there's not really a lot of laws that he can pass without it going through the House. And I
Right.
always tell people, like, yeah, it's good to vote for president. And there are some people who only vote for president, but you got to do more than just vote for president because if the president, you can have a Democratic president, but then if the whole House is majority Republican who is against the Democratic system, then the Democratic president is not going to get no laws passed. So if you vote for your senates and your governors and all them kind of stuff for and if the sitting president is a Democrat and he has a Democratic House, the bills that he wants to get passed, he can easily get them passed with no problem. So that's just like right now, it's a little bit easier for Joe Biden to get stuff passed because there's not majority Democrats, but there's a lot more Democrats than what Obama had during his term while he was in office. So it's a little bit more easier for Joe Biden to get stuff passed than it was for Obama. But that's why I tell people, yeah, that's why you got to make sure you vote for your senators and your legislators and all them other kind of stuff. Because if you don't vote for them people, you can't just expect, oh, we got a Democratic president and he gonna make things better. No, that's just not how it works.
Biden ain't got good fucking sense either. That motherfucker old man on crack rock. I mean, what the fuck? We still voted. I'm just stupid. They can come take me whenever they want to. They voted another idiot, old ass idiot in the office that don't
Yeah,
know
we
what
really
he's
didn't have
voting
a
to.
good choice.
It wasn't really a good choice when it came.
Is
When they
Anthony?
stepped up a little bit
He
more.
froze a little bit.
Huh?
You freezing.
He's frozen.
I look normal on my end. So
Yeah.
I was hoping that the vice president would have stepped up a little bit more, and when it came to like
Where is
policies
she
and helping
at?
stuff get
Like,
made,
is she okay?
and
Did she need to blink twice? Like, where?
I don't know.
Where's she at?
She
I don't
stopped.
know.
She stopped in Wisconsin to hang with the
When?
kindergartners or somewhere for a minute, and then she left back out. Who is this shit?
Listen, a lot of women voted for Biden because of her. That's how they got a lot of female voters because she was the first female vice president.
I agree.
What is she doing?
I getting a paycheck.
Aren't they
I'm trying
supposed
to
to
think 'cause
have
I don't even think
certain
I've seen her on
duties?
TV. I haven't even really seen her on TV recently. So all I know is like most of the time she deal with stuff that Joe just don't feel like dealing with is what it seems like.
Which
So
is
like
everything?
which is so so when there's a trip overseas to make amends or to negotiate trade deals, whatever it is, she goes over and take care of that.
That way she can be held hostage over there and don't nobody give a fuck. She's a dumb broad. And Biden is not totally got all his marbles screwed on either. That man, he's got one foot in the grave and one foot out. Talk to him, he's like, oh, but
So do anybody know, is it illegal for a husband and wife to run for office? They can't be married.
What do you mean they can't run for office?
So like his wife probably would have been a good vice president. She actually do stuff.
hmm I think it's just the tradition of things where the first lady just be the first lady. You know how they stuck like in old time, like how it is over there in Europe and stuff, where the first lady got to be the first lady, and so on and so forth. I think because like the first lady role is like its own title where they need it because if she's busy doing vice presidential stuff, she won't be doing her first lady role. Like the first lady is in charge of like Michelle's in charge of making school lunches healthier and mostly dealing with like local, like I wouldn't say local issues, but like she deal with issues with like they deal like more with education and all that kind of stuff when it comes to like like regular public education is what a lot of the first ladies do. So I just think that that's the primary reason why they keep them separate.
That's stupid.
I know.
I think Michelle, since she didn't step up and try to go behind her husband if she could have or whatever. I think she should have stepped in and just instead of this. What's the vice president name again?
Kamala Harris.
Okay, that's just how much I know of her. I think Michelle should have just stepped in and been the vice president. I would have felt a little bit more safer with these clowns that we got now. I'm not sure.
I absolutely feel like Michelle would have been an excellent vice president.
So I was thinking more of Michelle would have been the first female president, like woman
The
president
world
in
ain't ready for
general.
that. And she black. She's not gonna get voted in office. Like
I agree. Now, depending on who her running mate was, it would have probably made a big difference. So, because I think we are literally the only country, like one of the only countries that's not a third world country that's not under a dictatorship that has not had a female leader.
And you would have seen her in office, a picture of her in office, been holding Barack Bar, telling me what they shaking for. This is what we're gonna do.
I'm done with you. I am so done with you.
I'm just saying. I mean, I agree with Tina. I mean, or whoever she would have. If that would have been the case, they wouldn't have been ready for it. But I believe it would have been a whole lot better than what it is now.
Okay, y'all say people ain't ready for it, but y'all got to think. We really had dumbass people voting for Kanye West in that 2020 election. Like people were really writing his name on the ballot. There was some states where his name was actually on the ballot. So we say that people isn't ready for Michelle Obama or a black female president. I think we're ready if they're dumb enough to vote for Kanye West.
Hey, if they voted for Biden, it's still about the same. Kanye, Biden, same.
I voted for Biden just because I didn't like Donald J. Trump. I don't like him. I can't stand him. I get so much pleasure out of every time Stone Cold Steve Austin has stunned Donald Trump. It's brought joy to me.
I would have voted for Kanye over Donald Trump just because I might have been able to get my Yeezys a little bit cheaper.
I think Yeezus
Now
would have
I'm
been
just
more
joking, right?
expensive if he would have got elected in.
Hey, at least we would have known. For one, it wouldn't have been nobody hiding behind a fake face and pretending. We know we had a crazy. We would have known we had a crazy motherfucker in the office, right
Right.
or wrong.
You're right.
Everybody that goes up in there, they come in there one face or whatever have you, or acting like they're gonna do so much and they don't do shit.
Right. So I got one more thing for y'all, and then we're gonna get into our TikTok
What
videos
thing
for this
about this?
episode. I don't know if she had froze. So what was it?
You didn't
Wednesday.
pull down one of my TikToks out, did you? No, okay.
No. Wednesday there was a storm that happened here, and they had sent out like a message saying it's tornado warning. They wanted people to take like they came through my phone to a tornado warning. They said go take cover or whatever. So, and speaking of that same day, before that even happened, though, this was my commute that morning. You see my speedometer, right? You see where it's at, right? I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't moving. That was just part of the rainstorm that happened that day. There was an emergency lane. There was cars in the emergency lane right there. I guess those was crashed up. There was a car up the hill. I don't know how they crashed. It looked like there was another car on the exit ramp that was crashed. There was a car in the far right lane crash. There was a car in the middle lane crash. I'm like, how did y'all do this before 6:30 in the morning? I was just at six. This was before 6:30 in the morning. And I tried to reverse up back out the highway ramp, but then a whole bunch of cars came towards me, so I couldn't reverse back out the highway ramp. So I literally had to sit there in traffic. I was so damn
Why
pissed.
you think I stay off the fucking highways now? But my picture about 6:30 in the morning since I didn't have to work was like,
I can't stand you. That's what mine looked like this morning. I ain't gonna lie. Uh, but while all that was going on, apparently around my house there were like tornado sirens and stuff going off, and there was tornado sirens going off, and then here come old Yeller. I'm at work on my lunch break, and this fool is gonna text me talking about he's scared and all this other kind of stuff. I'm like, I'm all the way at fucking work. What the fuck am I gonna do? How can I help you? Like the house that we live in is old as hell. It's almost 100 years old. It's old as hell. So it's a good chance if a tornado comes through, it's gonna blow over very easily. I said the most that'll happen is you go in the basement. The house collapsed on you. It takes them a few days to find you. Other than that, you'll be perfectly fine. I mean, come on, ain't nothing. I mean, I'm all the way. I'm like literally 15, 20 miles away from the house. There is nothing I can do.
only thing that he would have had to do is click his heels together, says no place like home, or Toto take me back to Disneyland, or got the tiger or something. Hell, hold on to my sis. Maybe she'll protect him.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like I just shook my head like what can I have possibly have done if I'm at work and there's a tornado ripping through our neighborhood? Like what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just magically get in my car and just magically pull up here and be like, "Oh, I'm here to save you"? No, there's nothing I can do. Absolutely nothing. But oh yeah, it was hilarious. But what we're gonna do is get
Did
into
you
our
have
TikTok.
did he
Huh?
have a blankie over his head like this? Said,
I don't know. He literally called and said, "I'm scared."
you know what? I don't fear none of God's things that happen. I mean, if it's our time, it's no way of preventing it.
Right. So
So
let's get into our first TikTok video of this episode. So I try to do two. So here is the first one.
Scoot knows I got a bad heart. And at this point, I'm pretty sure she's just trying to take me out. She thought she was going to be cute last night before she went to bed. Told my daddy, guess what? What, baby? You ain't the only man in my life. I got a new man. His name is Noah. Shut your little ass up. You don't know nobody named Noah. Unless he building an ark, bringing animals in 2 by 2. You don't know nobody named Noah. She said, yes, I do. I said, little girl, you see these hands? They rated E for everyone, not to exclude children. I fight kids. She said, whatever, daddy. I can have a boyfriend. Oh, you can? His name is Jesus, and I don't mean Jesus. I pulled out my phone. I said, hey, Siri, give me the number to the local convent. She said, what's a convent? I said, that's where the nuns are, because that's what your little ass is about to be, a nun, because you ain't allowed to love nobody but Jesus. She said, you better call him quick, daddy, because a girl like me don't stay single for long. You know what? Get out my face. Go to bed.
I see you being like that with your kids when they was around. I can see you.
I wasn't like that. I just put fear into other little boys. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I called my granddaughter the other day. I think I told you about that. I called my granddaughter the other day, and my daughter had posted on there some little boy walking home from school. I called. I said, "Well, what's this about the little boy?" Oh, who? What you talking about? Or whatever. I said, "Your mama told me there's some little boy walk you home from school or whatever happened." And she's like, oh, well, he's just my friend. He stepped. She said, no boyfriends till you 40. She said, well, my cousin's dating and she's 16. I said, I ain't got shit to do with your cousin.
them poor baby, they can't do nothing.
Because their mama and them report them to me. That's all. And I'm like, damn, I got to be the mean one all the time. So.
I mean, you are a mean, crazy old man. I'm just saying.
Thank you. Oh, and I was in your department again today. I think that they switching me over. I'm going through some kind of transition back to hell. Oh, Pete, you heard that? I'm sorry, honey.
Lord,
all week.
How you doing?
I walk in, Satan said, "Come here." Yeah, I'm like,
she did not sound like that.
I'm like, come on, please. I'm coming.
She did not sound like that.
Well, close to it, but
oh Lord, let me get into the second clip of the day because old man Theater done lost his damn mind.
What do you guys mean? Hold on, dog. No. So I asked her how they met. She goes, well, when I get home from work, I let these things out, right? I take off my bra and I'm at home. And he was looking for his cat in her backyard. Bullshit, dog. Oh my God. That motherfucker was... Have you seen a cat? Oh my God! Caught! I'll make sure nobody else was looking in here, you know? Did you ever find the cat? No. How convenient! How convenient! There's never a cat! You did find some pussy though, huh?
Some old man Theater, that's something that you would have pulled. That's why that video made me think about you being a creepy old man. I was like, that is something that you would have pulled.
Finding the pussy.
He lied to that girl, talking about he was in her backyard looking for his cat, and the whole time it was never no cat. He was looking for pussy, her. Right, exactly. That's also that's some crazy old man stuff that you.
I played the flip. I
Hmm.
understand that.
I bet. So, as we are running out of time, we're going to head into final thoughts, and I will kick things off. Yay, me first this time. Uh, don't forget to check me out this Saturday at 10 p.m. 9 Central on Tales from the Podcast 2G1C. That'll be this Saturday at 10 p.m. 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central time. This Saturday, Tales from the Podcast 2G1C. So make sure you guys check me out on there. Don't forget to head over to habits365.com and use code Anthony4 to receive 20% off your purchase. And don't forget to head over to rushsports.com and use code Martin to receive 10% off your purchase. Old Man Theater is still old. Tina is the heifer, and that heifer Esme, her caramel, cocaine, pussy is a prostitute. Um, we need to do better driving. We need to start treating. I don't know how we had so many crashes on a rainy, wet, dark morning, like it was the first snow of the season. We need to get it together, city of Milwaukee.
So is
That
the
means
next somebody else's turn?
yeah,
Right now?
your turn, Tina turn,
Okay.
whoever turn him.
My final thoughts is never adopt somebody from adoption agency and let them come into your family because they probably don't pay enough. But we kept them on anyway. My sister's very sorry that she couldn't get more money for them, but we still working on a raise or something. So just be careful who you talk to and who you listen to. Some of these podcasts on some of the people that run these podcasts. Be careful what they say about you, me, and everybody else. But keep your head up and be careful who you vote for, who you hang around. Because I mean, nowadays it's crazy. It's a crazy mad world out here. And make sure that you watch out for yourself while you're out in the streets. Be safe. Peace.
Oh, I guess it's my turn.
For sure.
Final thoughts. I'm tired as hell. I'm tired as hell. But not for real.
Amen.
What Martell was touching upon, because we got the elections coming up or whatever. Very important on who you putting into the House of Representatives and the Senate, because those people are ultimately the ones that are passing the laws and not the president, right? So really important to get those people there and the people that's underneath them, vote those people that you want into office. Driving here is terrible. It gets worse and worse every day. Just reckless. People don't care about other people's lives. They don't think. They just do stupid stuff and then they want to get out and run. It always seemed like it's the people committing the acts that get away. And the innocent people are getting killed. Domestic violence is real. I was reading about a young lady that was almost due to give birth, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was just killed in my city. What was it, yesterday? Day before yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Terrible, right? So now that's 2 acts of homicide, not just 1, that's 2. So, that's terrible. Like, why would anybody want to do that to, just so many women in my city have died this year. I think it was like 37 homicides against women. Last year, I think it's in the 40s this year. So it's went up and we're not done with the year yet. So I don't understand what's going on with that.
Some people too, huh?
It's just that's just so disheartening and just disappointing. When to the point where I don't even want to go anywhere. I should be able to go out, enjoy what I work hard for, and I can't because I might not get there safely, or somebody might be jealous of what you got going on, or you might just be an innocent bystander. You never know. So it's wild out here. Y'all be safe.
Right.
That's my final thought.
Yay! Well, with that being said, y'all, we are 4 episodes down. We got 20 more episodes to go for this season. Thank y'all all for tuning in to this episode of Same Cast, Different Day podcast. And we see you guys on Tuesday with a new episode.